Welcome back to the D4 channel, and today we'll be doing a spoiler review on The Bad Batch episode 11 of season 2. So if you haven't seen The Bad Batch episode 11 of season 2, leave now because this is a spoiler review.
However, one vessel escaped our assault. It was a military class shuttle.
Find out who it was.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so this is another fantastic episode of The Bad Batch. You know, we start off with this whole mystery. We go to Mount Titus and we see that Namaste is trapped by the Empire, and they basically want her help to help, the cloning facilities on that planet come to fruition for Palpatine's desires. And now we go to The Bad Batch. They finally address the last two episodes of what Sid did to him. Sid left them abandoned on that planet. And it seems like they're finally ready to break away from Sid and all her BS. Sid gives them one last job to basically find this ship with treasured goods on it. But as we know later on in the episode, the goods is the reincarnated, cloned Zillow Beast. But I'm very happy to see that the Bad Batch are at least thinking on a way to break away from Sid, because like Echo said, they are meant to do more. And I think the true potential of this squad will be realized once they break away from Sid and realize they don't need Sid anymore to survive in this galaxy. But they go to this planet where this downed Imperial ship is. I just love the alien vibes they gave me of the scared clone commando. He's going through the ship and you see this creature just eat him. And as the Bad Batch goes, we see this creature, and I wish Disney Plus did a better job of it, because on Disney Plus, before you watch the episode, they show you the image of the episode, and so you see the Zillow Beast. And as I'm watching this episode, of course I knew that wasn't how the Zillow Beast looked, at least not how I remembered him from the Clone Wars, but I kind of figured this creature will evolve into the Zillow Beast that we know, which eventually, of course, it did. And it was very new information that it absorbs or eats electricity to grow. So it finally ends up getting into the, not as big as it was back in the season 2 episode of the Clone Wars, but it got to the shape that we realized. So finally a thread line from 13 years ago finally came to fruition here in this Bad Batch episode, where the Emperor finally was able to clone the Zillow Beast, most likely to harness the armor, because the armor is blaster and, most importantly, lightsaber resistant. So the creature gets loose off of the ship and goes towards this city, where it goes into this entire big power plant thing, and then it absorbs electricity and it grows. And here comes the Empire swooping in, stunning the beast like we saw it back in the Clone Wars, and taking it up through the ship. And I just love to see that the Empire and the Emperor specifically are trying so many things to keep a grip on the galaxy, because it's still very early days of him ruling the galaxy. So he's experimenting with a lot of different things. Obviously, like they alluded to in this episode, the Emperor is trying, and I believe he's trying to find a way to clone his body successfully, like he did all the way down the line in episode 9 to basically achieve immortality. But now here in the earlier stages, he's trying stuff out with things like the Zillow Beast. So that was very cool to see. And the Bad Batch, working together. And I love Omega's reaction. It was like, they hate the crew. Like, I just love her innocent way of how she put things. She's still very innocent in this war-torn, oppressive galaxy right now. But Mount Tantus seems to be very interesting. I'm very curious to see what's going on there, because they get the Prime Minister from Kamino to basically help encourage Lama Su to help them with their cloning projects. And he basically says, in order to get her to help them, you must get Omega. So now the chase will be on again, with bounty hunters and maybe even the Imperial fleets going after Omega to try to help Lama Su along in helping the Empire and the Emperor achieve his ultimate goal. So very good episode of Bad Batch. I really wish that they sped it up before Mandalorian, because the Bad Batch is getting lost in all the Mandalorian coverage. But a very good episode of Bad Batch, and I can't wait to see what they do next. It seems like the Batch are finally going to break away from Sid, so I'm very curious to see where that goes. I hope they rejoin Echo and Rex, and honestly I hope we see Cody again. and we have to end up seeing what the hell Crosshair is doing. So I'm very excited for these next few episodes of The Bad Batch. Well, you let me know what you thought of The Bad Batch episode 11 in the comments below. Did you like it, or did you forget about this episode when The Mandalorian came out? You let me know in the comments below. And again, like and subscribe to the D4 channel for all your Star Wars goodness here on the YouTubes. And from me, Hamid, Mark, and my counterpart Danielle, may the Force be with you.